Locations in Destiny you didn't know exist or haven't been to in a long time. Some of these are right in front of our face. Patrol zones, backdrop details in the skybox, we just never slow down to take in the breathtaking scenery. Others are hidden away, once a part of missions and adventures from the base game and vaulted DLC. Today we explore and revisit some of these locations, taking a trip down memory lane. Destiny has a lot of locations that make me go, oh yeah, that still exists? I totally forgot about that. The issue is that these locations, most of them, once had activities and missions within them, but now they are just lifeless. The content's been vaulted, was part of a DLC, and is no longer in the game. There's also the other side of the coin. Neomuna is a whole new location, brand new for this past year, but ask yourself how many times as a veteran you've went back since beating the Lightfall campaign. Personally me, not so much unless I'm trying to make a lore video or something. So Destiny has an issue with some of these locations in the game and we'll touch on that later, but let's get to the cool stuff. First up, let's talk about Sojer Camp. The definition is a person who resides temporarily in a place. And this makes sense because nobody is here anymore. This area is a patrol zone found in the European Dead Zone, next to the outskirts. Taking a long, windy road over a bridge will lead us to this patrol zone where nothing happens anymore. At least to my knowledge. It's not gated off, of course, you can wander up here, but there's no purpose. There are many props littered around the area, landing pads, weapons, and it's actually quite peaceful. Every once in a while you'll find some random Reddit post about a new secret area found, but in reality the content that took place here has been vaulted. Just beyond these trees, over a debris-constructed bridge, you can find the Niobe Labs and the Bruguzia Forge, locations used in the Black Armory release many years ago. Most, if not all of these forges, maybe not the Izanami, all exist in game still, you can still visit them. For some reason Bungie didn't decide to delete them, maybe save some space, but they still have their own patrol bubbles and can be accessed. Here's a look at those for nostalgia purposes, or if you've never seen them. You can skip ahead if you'd like. The city behind the tower. I noticed this when the game released, but if you head to the tower hangar and look out towards the back of the tower, not where the traveler usually is, you'll see mountains where the Almighty crashed. And below that to the right, a small group of buildings beyond the walls of the city, just behind the old tower. I don't think this was visible in Destiny 1, I went back to check, but either these were some type of ruins or maybe someone made a settlement beyond the walls. left over from the early days when humans were venturing across Earth to this new bastion of humanity, or maybe during the Red War when they tried to escape the city. Seems unlikely, but Bungie put it here for a reason in the terrain or skybox type environment. Some of these locations in the video aren't playable, but also some scenery objects you might not have noticed. This next one is kind of the same, and you can't visit it anymore for obvious reasons, because it takes place on Io. Luckily, I still have some video on it because it's one of my favorites. This wasn't intended, but on Io during the Whisper of the Worm mission, you were able to glitch out of the map and get a close-up look at the Cradle, the place the Traveler fled just before the collapse. It started to terraform the moon, but couldn't finish the process. This was also the same place the Tree of Silver Wings was in Arrivals. This is a glitch and different, but this place just looks epic. The Well of Flame is found on Nessus, a base game location for Destiny 2 for the Red War. This area isn't used anymore but can still be explored. On Nessus there are other wells like the Well of Echoes, which I believe was used in Curse of Osiris, but pretty much every vanilla location in the game has dormant areas like this. Hangmans Pass is also still in the game, a huge patrol zone in the Dead Zone used in the Curse of Osiris for, one mission maybe? This one also has to be accessed by glitching. Giant barriers block the way near Mavic Square, but the question is why? It's a huge environment, beautiful scenery, a giant tower. I feel like something can happen here, throw a public event or something.
Let me take a closer look. This is heavily modified Vex tech. I've never seen anything like it before. Let me try something. Wait. Something's happening. What is
going on? Whoa! New shell. Who? Did you actually just put me in a strange machine you've never seen?
This next one isn't unused, but like the city buildings, it's something I never noticed. In Patrol, you can actually see the Grasp of Avarice Ketch and colony ships in the distance from Patrol. So it'd be nice to see some of these locations reused or reborn, these patrol zones and Well of Flame and so on. Think back to Season of the Chosen when Bungie changed up some patrol zones on Nessus to fit the battlegrounds and New Strike. Maybe sometimes when it matters for this smaller content, you don't need to make a giant new location like Neomuna, where some people still don't even visit. Go back to some of those old locations and make it fit within the story. For example, let's throw up Season of Defiance. If things were different, maybe there was a battle with a pyramid ship and it crash landed in the European Dead Zone. But maybe Sojourner's Camp was changed up, a crashed pyramid ship now on its surface and able to be explored. Locations in Destiny need to be filled with things to do and pursuits for the Guardians to continue to pursue. As mentioned, Neomuna, there's no reason for me to go there. But let us know in the comments some of these locations you forgot about that are still in the game, and also some scenery objects that you never noticed, like the city, the Io ruins, or the Grasp of Avarice Ketch. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.